Hello, back for more tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Shining Force 3, Scenario 2, with me, BlueAnkylo. As you can probably tell. So let's watch the intro video. It is different for every title, every scenario. And, we are now heading into territory where, unless you spoke Japanese, without this fan translation, you would be pretty much out of luck. So you've probably never played this game, or if you just had the Saturn and Shining Force 3, you probably never even saw it. So, in case you haven't gathered, the focus will be on Medion this time, the second of our heroes. The first was on Synbios, and we got to see his story. This will be taking place in parallel, for the most part, to Synbios' tale. But we'll get a new cast of characters. Might see some old ones returning, you never know. Maybe see what's going on in the Empire rather than the Republic. There's likely to be some ships involved. It's like a mighty fine steamship. It's steam-powered and has sails at the same time. A little bit overkill. Oh yeah, right, there's that Titan, but we know what's going to happen to it, right? But why would Synbios be fighting Medion? That was, of course, the question right at the end of the first scenario. Alright, well, let's get to it. So, as you can see, translation version 17. I have heard through the grapevine, I guess, that version 18 is in the works. And if it comes out in the middle of this scenario 2, I might try to update to it. No promises. It's probably more likely that version 18 will be out around the time that we get to scenario 3. So we'll probably wait for that one. And I don't know exactly what version 18 is going to change, but it's probably fairly minor. I don't know. They're probably just fixing spelling mistakes and grammar and renaming a couple weapons and stuff, you know. Anyway, I'm pretty sure this is translated well enough for the Let's Play. No worries at all. Let's see if I can actually... I should have done a test. I'm like pretty sure I could import my save without any trouble here, but that would be really upsetting if I wasn't able to. Because all those changes you made in Scenario 1 have to be imported for Scenario 2 to work like that. Right, so... man, it's been ages since we've seen the wizard, or the old man... Goliath, I think, which might be a reference to the servant from Shining Force 2 at Creed's mansion, possibly. I believe that's what they call him. That's what his name was in Shining Force 2. Maybe this guy has a different name. I forget. It could be whatever. Okay. Oh, it is you, Faye. Behave yourself and stop playing your tricks. You startled me. Master, I followed your orders and brought the ones you requested. Yes, she sounds like Masquerade. Look, I have only so many girly fairy voices. Gabriel, that's what I just kept thinking it was Goliath. Same thing. Same thing. Gabriel's practically the same name. Your guest is waiting. No, I dozed off during the long wait. Now, where were we? Oh, that's right. So let's see, can we just straight up continue? No. So we're gonna be beginning scenario 2. We're not, there's no files to... Well, that file's obviously available. But you can't continue it, but like it's a save from the end of scenario 1, so that's gotta be right. We're not erasing it. If you can't continue it, then it must be begin. Yeah, good. So it's pretty straightforward to import, nothing to worry about. Good. We will indeed be importing. So that's what gives us all of our changes. If you say you killed the baby dragon, or you killed Spirial, or there's a variety of little changes. This is where you get it from, as well as any inventory you saved, not in your depot, your storage in your whatever your storage depot for your backup items, but anything that your characters had equipped and in their inventory. This is what makes sure it carries forward. So, there you go. Also levels and stuff, you know, standard. Alright, it's been a while. It has been a while, so I sent Faye for you. At last you've returned. You know, if you only played the English version of Scenario 1 and you never had access to Scenario 2 and 3, it could be like 20 years. I knew you would be back. Master is so impatient. We've guided the first hero in the right direction, but the situation is a little dire. That's why I'm a little anxious. There are still 2 heroes left. You both must succeed. I'm sure you remember the first hero's fate has been set. Therefore, we depend on the remaining 2 to return us to proper destiny. Master Gabriel used his great powers to pause time for Synbios. Now Medion must do his part to save us. I can't pause it forever, though. Please use your time to drive your fate onto the right track and stop the invasion of evil. It is time for you to go now. Fare thee well, Medion. You've done it before, so I'm sure you'll succeed. Please save our future. Well, we'll never see those 2 again, probably. So, the third prince's journey begins. The youngest of 3. We know what happens to Prince Arant, but we don't really know much about what happened to Prince Majoron, the eldest, or, in fact, even the Emperor, sorry. What's his name? I forget his name, honestly. It'll come back. Someone will tell me. So you guys remember this city? Saraband? Saraband, right? Yeah, with evil monks all around us. At the beginning of Synbios' tale, this is when the Emperor was kidnapped, and it was made to look like King Benetrim did it. But that was surely not the case. So Campbell, first of his name, he is our new Dantres. So for my purposes, his voice will be mine, because he'll be our primary advisor for the most part. I might deepen it just a tiny bit, but, you know, he's our main dude for most of this. You appear to be lonely, Prince Medion. And as usual, the protagonist doesn't speak. What is on your mind? Well, I guess I have to figure out what Medion's gonna say. Still thinking about your mother? Tell me about her. I almost forgot. I saw your mother, Madame Melinda, a few days ago. Although she appeared a little wary, she's still as beautiful as ever. She said, I'm worried about Medion. I'm waiting for the day he completes his military exploits, and we can live happily together. Yeah, that's right. That's what she said. That is what she wanted to tell you. Uh-huh. Meanwhile, so Synthetis, who I'm probably going to call her Synthesis because, come on. Synthesis. We'll call her just Syn, maybe? Mascarin. She's very similar to Mascarin. So, same voice? I don't know. I only have so many. What's going on? How is Sir Campbell doing? She's kind of elfy. Okay, so we've got Uryudo. Uryudo is also kind of like Grace in that he's our healer and learns all the same kind of spells. But he's certainly not a girl, so he looks a little bit hobbitish, I guess. I mean, maybe he's short and furry, maybe? I don't know. I'll have to think about his. I don't know. We'll just roll with it. Whatever comes to mind, right? Whatever comes to mind. Not good. Prince Medion still looks down. And now Sir Campbell does too. Okay, well, we know Grantak. He was the dragon-ish advisor, and I believe he'll play as the advisor here too. And I certainly had a voice for him, I remember. Sort of. The two are like brothers. No one understands the prince better than Campbell. Well, by the way those two look, It appears I won't be able to enjoy the sights of Saraband now.
You should feel lucky to be on this floating city to begin with, and not in Balsamo with the rest of the other Imperial armies.
Yes, the only reason we are here is because of Prince Medion's father. His Majesty the Emperor allowed us to participate in this expedition. But this puts Prince Medion in a difficult position. If we are seen wandering around the city, doing nothing, it'll give the other prince's armies an excuse to speak ill of us.
Speaking of which, I don't like the other princes. Just because Medion's mother is not of the aristocracy, his brothers treat him bad. It's not fair.
Not only his brothers, but the other generals treat him and his mother the same way. There's not much we can do about it. Unfortunately, it's difficult to change opinions.
Medion is a splendid prince. But if they didn't want him to participate in this peace conference, why are we even here?
Since the armies of Prince Arant and Prince Majoron are guarding the Imperial District, the Medion army has nothing to do. It's a shame we are not needed. Yes, it is a shame. But this gives us a chance to keep our eyes on the Republican soldiers. What's that smell? It smells like gunpowder. A strong order of gunpowder.
That's funny. Why would there be gunpowder at the loading dock?
Damn, our secret's been revealed. Who's there? Who are you? Well, the monks. Walking around in broad daylight wearing a weird mask? No, that's not suspicious.
Masked monks? Now, where have I heard that before?
Unfortunately, you found our secret gunpowder stash. So now you must all die. I won't let you spoil our plans. Are you one of those Republicans? I don't know what you're up to, but we will not allow your devious plans. Prince Medion! Sir Campbell! To arms! We're being attacked. Very well. Oh! Prince Medion's army! No need to give you pity then. You're better off dead than alive anyway. Teleportation jutsu! Considering the future of the Dystonian Empire, you're going to die sooner or later. If you do not resist, I should give you a swift death as a last mercy. Shh, as if you could stop us. Campbell can take you all out. He's just like Downtress. I thought it was funny enough to wear such a strange mask. Now his boasting is even more laughable. To arms! Prince Medion, they don't stand a chance. Use the boxes to split the enemy, and we will defeat them easily. Alright. So unlike Scenario 1, we get tossed into combat right away. Isn't that exciting? So there's a little bit of a graphical bug on the screen. Looks like some sort of transparency problem. Probably won't be that much of a problem. Also, new music! So yeah, we got new music, new battle themes and everything should show up. I suppose before we enter combat, let's have a quick look at our characters. So we've got Medion, who's, well, he's basically the same as Synbios. They can actually equip the same weapons and everything, but he starts with a rapier, so we'll be working on rapiers rather than swords. And he still gives attack support, and I think his stats are pretty similar, honestly. Looks like there's no little icons for the magic elements, there's just the name of them. So, like I said, there'll be a few differences between the scenarios, just because of the way the translation works. I don't want to get into all the details, but if I understand correctly, the way the fonts work in Japanese to English aren't exactly the same for, like, character spacing. So there's going to be a little bit of fiddling with some stuff, because, like, Scenario 1 was programmed in it, well, it was translated and they could sort of reprogram a couple things for English, like they could change the font spacing. The fan translation doesn't necessarily have as much ability to do that, so so some things are a little bit... They might not be centered properly, stuff like that. Anyway, so friendship system, same as before. Rapiers instead of swords. Same old aggress spell to escape battle. You know the drill for your heroes by now. Campbell, basically the same as Dawnterez. Support Succumb support, which should protect you from crits if you believe the tales, although I haven't really seen much difference, but, you know, I'm sure it does something. Spark and wind resistance, no big deal. Just tiny little numbers. He can use lances. Now that we're a little bit more familiar with the late-game mithril weapons and sort of what's available, I could theoretically change him to a halberd early on, because I know the arc halberd is amazing. I might do that, depending on how quickly we can buy him one, if we can get it before too far into the game, and then we can just level that up instead of the lance. He'll want a spear as well, just like Medion will want a ranged knife for ranged attacks. We've got Synthesis, who's basically Masquerin, again, same support bonus. Probably quite similar stats with high agility and all that. She does start with Blaze and Fire Resistance, so you'd think she's basically the same as Masquerin with that. She will in fact get Bolt, very similarly. But she does have another spell that I won't spoil, although just looking at her resistances, you can probably guess. But she's actually less of a fire mage than Masquerin, as I looked up the numbers just to double check. Like, she learns her Blaze spells slower. She won't learn Blaze 4 for quite a long time. I'm pretty sure Masquerin learned it a few levels earlier, so Masquerin was a little bit more useful in terms of getting that high damage single target spell quickly. Whether or not we go rods, onks, or wands is yet to be determined. I'll have to think about it. There is the... Was it the wand? No, there was the... I think there's a rod that regenerates MP, right? Not an Ankh or a wand. So, late game, rods might be the best just for the magic, the MP regeneration. But we'll see how things go. It also depends on the special. Like, I don't know what's in the chests for this one. I just remember the 3 mithril weapons sort of thing. And then again, we've got Uryudo, who is our priest. Very similar to Grace. The difference that I noticed was... Although they learn the same basic spells, he's a little bit more focused on aura than heal, so we'll actually get the better healing spell earlier with him, rather than the high-level heals that we probably never even used. Like, I don't think Grace ever cast heal 3 or 4 that I remember. But aura 1 and 2 are quite useful, so he'll get those a little bit quicker, just by a little bit. And I'm likely to change his weapon type just so we don't, you know, use just rods only for the whole game. But yeah, that's about it for the party. It's a nice small little party. Got some random priest here. That's interesting. We got some barrels to break. There's some new enemies too, maybe. I guess, nah, it's just bats. I haven't seen them in so long, I forgot what they looked like. Same old bats. So, you know how these barrels work. You can't break them after the battle, so if we want to get that chest, we'll need to break that barrel. Besides, they give you good weapon XP and a little bit of experience, so it's a good idea to break them anyway. Okay, well, let's get to it. I don't care if the bat rushes over and attacks somebody. I'm sure we'll be fine. So Synthesis is... See, the problem is that the right side is a little bit weaker in terms of offense than the left side. I don't think you can drop down from this high. I'm not sure. I might go around here just to meet up. I know the advice was to separate them. And we'll need to go up the back route from this side to get to the top here. Actually, I don't know. This guy has to jump down if we won't even hit him. Although I would like to break the barrels, at least. So, it's just a bat. What am I worried about? Synthesis will be fine. We won't put her out too far on her own. Actually, no, I changed my mind. We'll have her destroy this barrel. And then Uryudo can catch up a little bit and we can move forward together. Honestly, the battle music sounds the same. I thought there was different battle music for each of the 3 forces. Maybe I just forget. Oh, I guess I could have looked at the enemy stats. It's been a long time since I've fought bats and masked monks. So... 9 damage minus your defense, about 4, about 3 there. 3 damage, 2 damage. Campbell's pretty strong in the beginning, just like Dantrez. And 9 attack as well, similarly. No one has axes, but Dantrez would have the weapon advantage over him for a small bonus. So yeah, you know, no big deal, right? Gonna slow down, no big deal. Okay. Oh, we came straight at him, okay. I didn't check their movement range, but... Campbell! Yes! He's gonna be just like Dantrez, I can tell. It's so good. Alright, Uryudo. Well, seeing as you get first strike here, give this bat a little smack. Not much damage, but Synthesis should be able to finish it off with the spell, I bet. And, yeah, we'll move a little bit forward with Medion, just to attack. Now, why was there an exclamation mark there? I guess, the rapier must have some sort of magical affinity, like it must be good against evil units or something. Because he should not have had weapon advantage with sword versus sword. So it must be good against monks, as like they're an evil type sort of thing. That's what I'm thinking anyway. So we could do a physical attack here, but I want to make sure the bat dies, and I need to gauge how good her blaze spell is. Yeah, that's pretty solid. As usual, we'll want to boost up magic supports for her and all that. Now, my only worry is maybe poison or something. I don't know if the beginner bats even have poison. It's probably too early in the game for them to really roll with that. There's Campbell doing good work. I like Campbell. Nice solid knight. I was hoping for a second counterattack, but that's okay. Alright, Uryudo, you've got another one of these bats that you could smack. Let's do it. I figure Uryudo will probably start gaining experience from healing before too long, so just getting the kills to, you know, like Synthesis and Medion, that's probably for the best. Similarly, we'll be working to get Medion some sort of defensive accessory pretty quickly, because the enemies tend to try to kill him. We don't have a whole lot of MP early game. We can only cast this 3 times. That's why the early levels on the mages are so important. And almost got to level up. I'm not actually sure what would happen if you used... actually, you know, I do know. If you use Egress here, I bet you the whole reason there's a priest here is that you can Egress, talk to him, revive people, save, and then go back to the fight. If you're having a hard time. Now, because this guy is, like, separate, I'm a little bit worried that he might... like, the battle might end when I kill this masked monk, possibly. So I have to at least make sure, just in case that top guy runs away, that we've destroyed all the barrels. So I'm gonna not rush to kill the final, possibly the final, masked monk. If you remember, like, the storage room... oh, come on, Medion. Don't be like that. The storage room by the, train station in Scenario 1... that was a situation where, if you'd, like, the very last enemy, you didn't actually fight him, he just ran away, even though it looked like he was a unit you could attack. So we could have Uryudo smack those barrels, or at least one of them next turn. He's probably not going to be able to make it close enough to heal up Medion or not Dantrez, Campbell, I can remember names. So I feel like there's not a whole lot of point there. We might as well... well, Medion is definitely going to be using the rapier for weapon experience. That will be his primary weapon. So getting a little bit extra just early on is no big deal. I did look up a little bit more about how weapon XP works. And luck and all that stuff. It's not as simple as friendship points, which is fairly well understood. Weapon XP is like between 1 to 5 per attack. but it seems to be related to how much damage you do versus the target's maximum HP. Like there's some sort of ratio. And you can get up to 5 if you do more than their max at the very least. And then how it scales is, well, it's up for a bit of debate, I guess. But like, if Medion did 8 damage to that masked monk, I bet you he would have gotten, you know, 2 or 3 weapon points. And there was a scale for how much you needed for every level. Like, I think it's 70 or so to get to level 1, and then like 100 and something for level 2, and then it's like 250 or something for level 3. But, like, the exact numbers don't matter too much. I'm glad I destroyed that one. That was good. That was the permanent HP up item, which is pretty valuable. So good to get that. And then now we can have, now that all the barrels are broken, we can have, and I just want to call him Dantres all the time. But now we can have Campbell actually attack. And I'll send Synthesis around this way. I don't think she'll be able to help, though. And of course you get weapon advantage in this situation. And it does seem like the criticals just turn into skill effects later on, which is kind of neat. There we go. Yeah, I'm glad I waited to kill that guy. We would have lost out on the health bread.
You have defeated my brethren. I underestimated the Medion army. It's time for a strategic withdrawal.
Super jump. He's actually a dragoon, wearing a monk's mask.
Hey, there he is!
Cast Blaze on him, quick! Aw, come on, Synthesis.
Ah, damn, he got away.
That monk's presence here surely has something to do with the peace conference.
He may have been planning to disrupt it. We should pursue him and find out. He ran into Saraband. No telling which direction. Which way should we look?
Synthesis and Yudo, you two search the north section towards the central district. We'll search the rest of the west district. This is quite a large city if you guys remember, so I can understand 5 people having a difficult time. Alright! But with that, we are going to end the first episode. Yeah, you could open the chest after the battle, but you could not break the barrels, so had to do that. And I don't think I've missed anything else here, so that's a good start. And like I said, I'm sure the priest was set up for egressing and whatnot.
They look like...
I don't know what it...
They looked like monks. But to start a fight without reason, that's outrageous.
I knew those pagans couldn't be trusted. Can I not save? Oh, well, that's no fun. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he would have let you save and stuff if you'd had to egress for some reason. Anyway, that's all for episode 1. No level ups or anything cool, and I can't even get to my health bread right now, but that'll be fine. So we got into the action right away. Next episode we will... Well, I guess I better put a save state here just in case. But next episode we'll go explore the city of Saraband and perhaps encounter some characters you're familiar with. We'll see what happens. Thanks for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed. Hope you're excited to see Scenario 2 with me, because I'm pumped. See you there, guys.